In this video, I'm going to show you what you can do when you're searching information on a single property. So you have two options on ways to search. You can either just type the property address right here into the search bar and click enter, or you can go over here to property search. This is my preferred method. When you're searching a property with the property search button, you can search in three different ways: by the address, the owner, or the parcel ID number. You can also tell it if you're wanting to find the site address or a mailing address. So you will type in the address here in this box that you're looking for. Scroll down and click search. Once you do that, the property is going to pull up over here in this little bar. If you were to search this property with this over here, it's going to pull up like this. And so you have limited options, which is why I prefer going through the property search button on the left. And then if you see this little arrow, this is how you can expand or hide this bar over here. So once you have pulled a single property, you can see the different information in here: the property address, what year it was sold in, the current owner's name, APN number. This subdivision name is listed under tract. We'll go over that in another video, but just keep that in mind. The type of property it is, square footage. If there was more than one unit on the property, it would have that count here: bedroom, bathroom, and then if it's owner or non-owner occupied, it's going to say here. The bedroom count will not show if it is in an area where the developer did not submit that information to the city. So when you're searching for properties or farming, just be sure that you're aware that the bedroom count is not always your best bet, but the square footage or building size will be better for your results. So in this single property, we're going to drop the gearbox down. This is how you're going to find just about anything. If you see this gearbox, you have to actually click on the gearbox. You can't click over here on the address, even though the hand is changing from a pointer to a hand. You do have to click directly onto the gearbox. These are the different options that you can do. So you can do a profile with comps, other reports, detailed view, comparable view, a net sheet. You can look up phone and email directly from here. You can add this to your farm. You can search the nearby neighbors, or you can create a note. For this detail, or for this video, we're just going to go over this profile with comps for the one property. So you'll click here, profile with comps. When you're pulling comps, remember that bedroom count's not always going to be accurate, but your square footage is. So you can change up your distance, your bedroom count, square footage, bathrooms, year built, how long ago it was sold, etc. If you're wanting to change this sold amount right here, you can just drop it down and change it. Whenever you change something up here, be sure to click update results. And it went from having about 9 properties to about 14 properties to go off of. So this is your mean price right here. I just want to add that if you're in the state of Texas using this platform, Texas is a non-disclosure state, which means that the sales price is not disclosed anywhere except for the MLS. So the only people that have access to that information are real estate agents who have access to the particular MLS system that data was input into. That's why you may want to use this system as a way to kind of pull properties that have the same information on there for you to use as a comparable property when you're doing a CMA for a client. In my area, in the San Antonio, Austin regions, we have multiple MLS systems. So sometimes agents out in San Antonio will list properties here in New Braunfels, and all that data is put into the San Antonio Board of Realtors MLS. And maybe an agent's trying to pull comps and they only have access to the Central Texas MLS. So they won't see information on a property that was sold and that information input only into Sabor. So if this one was in Sabor, we might be missing this property as a potential comparable property when we're pulling a CMA for a client. So that is why this information may be beneficial to you. Once it is how you want it to be, you can click Generate Profile. And then you're going to click here to view your report, and you can click here to email your report if you're wanting to send it out to somebody. I do suggest reviewing it first, so click here to view. And this is what it's going to look like. This is a stock image. This image is on every single property profile report that you generate. You cannot change it. It's going to have your property information. This prepared by will have your information, so be sure that the info in your account is correct and updated. And then your parcel ID number there. It's going to show you owner information. Legal description is right here. It's going to show you property characteristics, what year it was built, square footage, etc. Recent sale and loan. This is whenever it was sold. This is the most recent sale date. And you've got your assessment and tax information. I do want to point out that some counties will not show the exemptions. Depends on how they're required to report or how they have decided to report that information and how it is, how accessible it is. The tax amount right here is your taxes without exemptions. So this amount does not include the exemption that they get for this homestead right here. So just be wary of that information. There's your aerial map. Again, this is that purchase. So this is showing the deed and the deed of trust amount, that loan amount from the purchase that is for the people that are currently in title. And then it's going to go back and follow down through the chain of title aways, the prior mortgage, and then it's showing the current mortgage. So this is the document number. This is the number that you may search in your county records to pull a copy of that document. This is the original loan amount. That is the maturity date. That's when the loan is due in full. And then here is your amortization schedule to help you determine what the payoff might be. So if you're meeting with them, it's 2024. You're going to go right here to 2024, and you're going to estimate that the balance is $214,95164 from the original 224. You can also see the neighborhood comps map. This is that data that we were inputting on there. Or not inputting, that we were reviewing. And then this is each property with a little more information. You can click on any of these properties and you can view them just like you were viewing this one in here, just like this. Keep scrolling down. You're going to get to your area sales analysis. So in the last 12 months, you've had 14 properties sold. Again, please disregard anything that says price range or anything to do with selling price if you're in Texas. The median value is likely the information pulled from the assessed value from the tax office. And then the median year built and the age range. This is the owner's age range. And then this is your next seller's map. I'm not going to really explain too much about this. You can go check out my video that talks about the different filters, and I'll explain it all in that video. But then you can also click right here, view all records, to see all 150 plus properties that are listed on this little map, because it's only showing you the first 10. And then our limitations of liability, of course. Another cool thing that you can do is that instant net sheet. You can add the client's name right here if you're preparing it for somebody specific. Got your sales price that it gives you. It estimates a sales price. I've had some agents say that it's fairly accurate. Some say that it's way off. So the best value that you can put on there is one that you've researched yourself. You're a professional. You should be able to do a CMA to get that sales price. If you're wanting to input that information, go ahead. This is just a way that you can kind of do all of this in one platform, regardless, instead of going back and forth between multiples. I do prefer the net sheet that we have on our title app called McKnight Agent One. You can also view that video on my page, or in my channel, I'm sorry, and watch how you can do a net sheet there, and then just decide for yourself which one's going to work better for you. Again, this first loan amount, that is the original mortgage amount. So make sure that you update that to reflect the actual payoff amount or delete it completely. And then there is your total cash proceeds. So it says total, this is the seller proceeds, and then it does add in the tax proration credit. But remember, it's pulling that tax amount with no exemptions. So if you want to find out information on taxes with the exemptions, you're going to need to go to the county tax website and pull that information. And then you can generate a PDF for this as well. And this is what that looks like. I do want to also say that this escrow fee right here, that escrow fee is going to be different depending on which market area you're in. This is for our DFW area, which is a very large metroplex. So your New Braunfels escrow fee is not going to be that much. If you would like to know how much that is, please give me a call. I'd be happy to share that info with you. Another thing I want you to look at is other reports and lead sheet. These are properties that are within a 2.5 mile radius of the property you originally searched. And maybe something has happened. It's a life-changing event that happened within the last 180 days from the day that you pull this. This is great info for you if you're somebody that targets properties like divorces or estates, any properties that are in distress, or maybe they need to sell quickly. This is a great little quick tool for you to be able to pull that up. If you're listing this property that you're searching information for, it'd be a really good idea to come in here and select one of these that you're most comfortable with. I think divorce is going to be the easiest on there for you. And you don't have to be tacky about your marketing. You can just, target these people directly. Kind of send postcards or call or email to provide value, maybe invite these 8 people to an open house or something like that to get to know you, or try to set up listing appointments with them. But to get that information, there's 8 properties that are gonna need to sell their house soon. That divorce was filed 180 days ago. It's very often that a sale is gonna come out of that. So you can click buy now. And that is going to cost you $4.40 to pull that info. And this right here shows you the filters that it used to get that info. So you would then click pay now and go over to that information.